As we enter a new technological era, a global race is underway, not for oil, but for lithium, the metal quietly powering the heart of our modern world. From the smartphones in our pockets to the electric vehicles on our roads, lithium is the unseen fuel driving innovation and sustainability. Its importance is growing every day as nations and industries shift their focus from fossil fuels to cleaner, renewable energy sources. The demand for lithium is skyrocketing, making it one of the most sought-after resources of the 21st century. Lithium is now the lifeblood of the green transition, essential for storing renewable energy and enabling the shift to electric mobility. Its unique properties make it irreplaceable in the production of high-capacity batteries, which are crucial for everything from grid storage to portable electronics. As the world accelerates toward a low-carbon future, control over lithium supplies has become a matter of strategic importance for governments and corporations alike. Europe has pinned its hopes for energy independence on securing lithium, aiming to break free from foreign dependence and build a resilient homegrown supply chain. European leaders see lithium as the key to unlocking a future where the continent is no longer vulnerable to external shocks in energy markets. Ambitious plans are underway to develop local mining and processing capabilities, but the race is fierce and the stakes are high. In eastern Ukraine, a pivotal event has unfolded. Russia has seized a territory containing one of Europe's largest lithium deposits. This region, already scarred by conflict, now finds itself at the center of a new kind of battle, one for control over the resources that will shape the future of energy. This is more than a battlefield victory, it's a calculated move to control a resource critical to Europe's green ambitions. By taking over these lithium-rich lands, Russia is not just gaining territory, it's gaining leverage over Europe's energy transition, potentially dictating the pace and cost of the continent's shift to renewables. The implications ripple through global markets and politics, challenging Europe's plans for a self-sufficient future. Investors, policymakers, and citizens alike are watching closely as the balance of power shifts. The struggle for lithium is reshaping alliances, trade routes, and even the strategies of multinational corporations. To understand this, we must look beyond headlines and see the war as a struggle for the minerals beneath the ground. The conflict is not just about borders or ideology, it's about who will control the resources that power tomorrow's world. The world's power dynamics are shifting, from oil to the raw materials for batteries. As battery technology replaces oil as the backbone of the global economy, nations are scrambling to secure their share of the new energy order. Russia's lithium grab in Ukraine is a defining moment in this new era of resource competition. It signals a future where access to critical minerals could determine not just economic success, but geopolitical influence and security. Let's examine what happened on the ground in Ukraine, and how this struggle for lithium is reshaping the fate of nations and the future of energy for us all. In the early days of its invasion, Russia swiftly moved to capture the Shevchenko area in Donetsk, a region not only significant for its location, but also for being home to one of Europe's largest and most valuable lithium reserves. This was a calculated move, targeting a resource that is rapidly becoming the backbone of modern technology and clean energy. Russia's actions weren't just about expanding territory, they were about gaining control over a resource that is absolutely vital for the future. Lithium is essential for batteries that power everything from smartphones to electric vehicles, and demand is only expected to soar in the coming years. Before the war, Ukraine had ambitious plans to auction off mining rights for the Shevchenko deposit, drawing attention from major global investors eager to secure a stake in the booming lithium market. The country stood on the brink of becoming a key player in the global supply chain for critical minerals. The Shevchenko deposit alone had the potential to supply enough lithium for millions of electric vehicles, directly supporting Europe's ambitious green transition and efforts to reduce reliance on fossil fuels. With its capture, a major supplier has been removed from the Western market, dealing a severe economic blow to Ukraine. The loss not only stifles Ukraine's economic growth, but also disrupts Europe's plans for energy independence and technological advancement. Russia's move was highly strategic, perfectly aligning with its long-term ambitions to dominate the supply of critical minerals. By controlling Shevchenko, Russia strengthens its own resource portfolio and gains significant leverage over global markets. By taking Shevchenko, Russia not only denies Ukraine and Europe a crucial asset, but also positions itself as a gatekeeper for resources that will shape the future of technology and energy. For Ukraine, this represents a lost opportunity for economic development, job creation, and deeper integration with Europe. The country's hopes for prosperity and partnership have been set back dramatically. The war has become a battle not just for land, but for the resources that will define wealth, power, and influence for decades to come. Control over minerals like lithium is now a central objective. The seizure of Shevchenko is a stark reminder that this conflict is about far more than territory. It's about who will control the resources that shape the future, and who will be left behind. Lithium, the lightest metal, is now essential for rechargeable batteries powering our electronics and electric vehicles. Demand for lithium has soared, earning it the nickname "white gold," as the world shifts to green energy. Each electric vehicle battery needs several kilograms of lithium, and millions are produced annually. Most lithium comes from Australia, Chile, and Argentina, but China dominates the refining process. This concentration gives China enormous leverage over global supply chains, worrying Europe and North America. Western nations are urgently seeking new lithium sources to reduce dependence on rivals. The discovery of large deposits in Ukraine was seen as a golden opportunity for Europe's energy security. Losing Shevchenko is a direct setback to this goal. Russia's capture of Shevchenko was a deliberate strategy, not a wartime accident. By seizing Ukraine's valuable lithium, Russia weakens Ukraine's future and cements its own influence. This is economic warfare, crippling Ukraine's prospects and keeping it within Russia's orbit. Russia aims to pivot from fossil fuels to battery minerals, securing its power in the green economy. By controlling lithium, Russia can undermine Europe's green ambitions and create long-term vulnerabilities for the EU. The move is a strategic checkmate in resource politics. Moscow gains a powerful economic and geopolitical lever. The conflict is now a battleground for the minerals that will power tomorrow's economy. Russia is thinking decades ahead, shaping the post-oil world. The loss of the Shevchenko lithium deposit is a devastating blow for Ukraine, erasing not just a valuable resource, but also the nation's hopes of becoming a key player in Europe's critical mineral supply chain. This mine represented a rare opportunity for Ukraine to step onto the global stage, supplying the lithium needed for batteries, electric vehicles, and renewable energy storage. Its destruction is more than a setback, it's a lost future. The revenue from Shevchenko could have fueled Ukraine's recovery, helping to rebuild war-torn cities, modernize infrastructure, and create thousands of jobs. Instead, factories remain shuttered, and the promise of economic renewal slips further away. Now, Ukraine faces even greater reliance on foreign aid, with families displaced and communities struggling to survive. The path to true economic independence has become much tougher, as the country must look elsewhere for growth. Europe, too, is caught in a dilemma. Its ambitious green transition, shifting to clean energy, electrifying transport, and reducing carbon emissions, depends on a secure, affordable supply of lithium. With Shevchenko gone, Europe's vulnerability to external powers is exposed. The continent's energy future now hangs in the balance, as leaders scramble to secure new sources. Policymakers must urgently seek alternatives, developing smaller, less productive EU deposits, investing in new mining projects, or turning to distant suppliers across the globe. Another option is to depend even more on Chinese processing, which already dominates the global lithium market, raising concerns about supply chain security and political leverage. Each of these options is costly, complicated, and time-consuming, undermining Europe's goal of strategic autonomy and making the green transition more expensive for businesses and consumers alike. Russia's move has cornered Europe, making its green future more uncertain and giving Moscow new leverage over the continent's ambitions. The loss is measured not just in minerals, but in lost jobs, missed investments, and fading hope for both Ukraine and Europe's economic renewal. The path to a green, independent Europe just got steeper, and the journey ahead will demand resilience, innovation, and unity from all. Russia's seizure of Ukrainian lithium is a major blow to Western efforts to diversify critical mineral supply chains. The West's plan to partner with Ukraine is now in jeopardy, pushing it back toward reliance on China. Russia and China could form a powerful axis, Russia with raw materials, China with processing power. This alliance could control prices and supply, challenging Western economic security. The world risks dividing into competing resource blocks, intensifying global competition. The Shevchenko seizure is a wake-up call. Rivals will use force to control resources. This could spark a global scramble for minerals, increasing tensions in resource-rich regions. Nations may prioritize secure allied supply chains over efficiency, accelerating economic fragmentation. Russia's actions are driving the world toward a new era of resource-driven division. Even if Ukraine regains Shevchenko, mining there would be fraught with challenges. No investor will risk billions in a potential war zone riddled with hazards and destroyed infrastructure. Rebuilding roads, power and water systems would take years and massive investment. Environmental risks are high. Lithium mining can contaminate soil and water if not managed carefully. In a post-war rush to rebuild, safeguards could be overlooked, causing long-term damage. The war has set back mining prospects by decades. The white gold beneath Shevchenko may remain untapped for years, regardless of who controls it. The resource that could have secured Ukraine's future is now another casualty of conflict. Despite losing Shevchenko, Ukraine still holds significant lithium reserves in safer regions like Kirovohrad. The Polokivsky and Dobra deposits offer hope for future development and economic growth. The government is working to attract investment and create a transparent legal framework for mining. However, ongoing war and competition for investment make progress difficult. Success depends on stability, anti-corruption efforts, and competitive terms for investors. Ukraine's remaining mineral wealth is a lifeline for post-war reconstruction. These deposits symbolize hope and resilience, offering a path to recovery and closer ties with Europe. The challenge is to protect and unlock this potential for the Ukrainian people. Russia's seizure of Shevchenko highlights how the green transition has sparked new global competition for critical minerals. Control over lithium is now a weapon in international power struggles. Europe's dream of energy independence faces a harsh reality. Its supply chains are vulnerable. The EU must innovate, invest, and unite to secure its green future. For Ukraine, hope remains in its untapped resources, but success depends on survival, sovereignty, and international support. The lithium wars will shape our era, not just on battlefields but in boardrooms and labs. Managing this competition peacefully is one of the century's greatest challenges. The fate of our green future may depend on how we respond now.